Okay, once you have a rough draft of your writing and you've organized your ideas and you have a thesis statement that has a theme and literary elements in it, and all of those things are okay, you're going to edit certain parts of your writing to be stronger. And those three parts are going to be the introduction, the topic sentences that you have at the beginning of your paragraphs, and the way that you introduce your quotes. So we'll look first at the introduction. The introduction I have here is okay, but it's just one sentence that kind of gives the reader a basic background. And when I've edited that, I just added on to it and gave one more sentence that gives the reader a little bit more background on what's going on in the poem. And the edited version is, in the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, Adrienne Rich tells the story of a woman trapped in a forbidding marriage through the eyes of a couple's niece. The niece doesn't notice her aunt's dilemma at first, instead focusing on the brilliant tigers the aunt has woven into a screen. So you can see that I'm giving just a little bit more information about what's going on in the poem there. Second, the topic sentences. I'm just taking words straight out of my thesis statement here. In my thesis statement, it says, Rich uses the symbol of a wedding band to reveal how subservient the role of wife can be, and I have the same information here. When I'm going to edit my topic sentences to be stronger, I'm going to give a little bit of information about where in the poem the section that I'm going to be talking about is, and then sort of introduce it as if I'm telling the story of the poem. So I have the wedding ring first appears in the second stanza, and Rich develops it as a symbol throughout the second and third stanza. So that just tells the reader where I am in the poem, and it's a little bit less monotonous because it doesn't repeat the same thing again and again. And then in the third stanza, Rich reveals more about the relationship between Jennifer and her husband and its effect on Jennifer through the continued development of the ring as a symbol. Again, I'm saying the same thing there that I am here. Rich uses symbolism again. But the way that I phrased it over here is more interesting because it's not repeating the same words that I have in the thesis statement. Okay, finally, I have introduced a quote here by just saying, in the poem it says, and then I have my quote. Again, that's fine for organization purposes, but it's a little boring for the reader. So a better way to introduce your quotes is to actually embed them. So to drop them into the middle of a sentence or to put them into a sentence that flows rather than just kind of dropping them in with this in the poem it says. So over here, where I have embedded my sentences or my quotes into sentences, this is what I wound up with. Readers see the aunt weaving and struggling to pull the needle before realizing that it is the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band that has caused her to falter. And that's the quote that I'm analyzing, massive weight of Uncle's wedding band. The reason I like putting quotes in like this is because it seems like I'm just talking to the reader. It's very conversational and it flows better. And then the example down here, the poem jumps forward in time to Aunt Jennifer's death when it is revealed that her hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. So again, it flows better. I'm not just dropping the quote in and leaving it alone. I'm dropping it into the middle of a sentence, and it's more conversational that way. Good luck with your editing.